Ladies and gentlemen, there's a truth that many people are afraid to admit. But I'm going to say it anyway: success demands sacrifice. And sometimes that sacrifice means cutting ties with the very people who are closest to you, your family. Now, I know that sounds harsh. I know it sounds cold. But let me be clear, I'm not saying that you abandon your family, that you turn your back on them, or that you forget where you came from. What I'm talking about is the willingness to recognize when family members, no matter how well-meaning, are holding you back, draining you, or keeping you stuck. Success isn't about comfort. It's about unrelenting, unapologetic ambition. And if you're truly serious about success, you have to be prepared to make tough decisions, no matter who it is that's standing in your way. There are people in your life, and maybe even in your family, who will constantly doubt your vision. They'll call you crazy. They'll tell you it can't be done. And they'll undermine your efforts at every turn. Let me tell you something: you cannot afford to let these people hold you back. I don't care if they're your mother, your father, or your siblings. If they are toxic, draining, or just too negative to support your dreams, you have to recognize that it's time to cut them loose. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it feels like betrayal. But you are building something bigger than the emotional comfort of staying in toxic relationships. You see, success requires you to prioritize your vision over your emotions. You have to be willing to make hard decisions and put your goals first. If your family doesn't support your journey, if they ridicule your ambitions, then you must make a decision. Are you going to let them hold you back, or are you going to do what it takes to achieve greatness? Family has an incredible power to keep you comfortable. They know you, they love you, they've seen you at your worst, and sometimes they'll want to keep you there because that's where they're comfortable with you. But the reality is that success doesn't exist in comfort zones. Success exists outside of them. It's in the uncertainty, the risk, and the hustle that comes with pursuing something great. And when you're surrounded by people who only want you to stay comfortable, who want you to settle for mediocrity, they're not serving your highest good. So let me tell you this: if you want to succeed, you have to be willing to cut those ties. You have to be willing to choose yourself and your future over the comfort of your family's approval. I know it's painful. I know it hurts. But if you're not willing to choose yourself, if you're not willing to make the tough choices, then you're choosing mediocrity. You're choosing a life of what could have been instead of the life of success that's waiting for you on the other side of discomfort. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It's self-preservation. It's the only way you're going to build the life that you've always wanted. So understand this: success doesn't come from playing nice or staying within your comfort zone. Success comes from the willingness to make hard decisions, even when they involve family. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to be prepared to make that sacrifice. You have to be ready to cut family loose, not because you don't love them, but because you love yourself enough to keep pushing toward your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, success is about being fearless. It's about being unapologetic in your pursuit of what's yours. If you truly want to rise to the top, you have to be willing to make the hard choices. Don't let anyone, family included, hold you back from what you're capable of. Choose yourself, choose your vision, and go after your success with everything you've got. Because the people who will stand by you, the ones who truly understand your ambition, will show up when they see you making those tough choices, and they'll respect you for it. This is your journey, and it's time to take control. So be prepared to cut those ties, no matter who they are, and rise to the level of greatness you were born to achieve. Ambition is not a gentle word. It's not something to apologize for. Ambition is powerful, it's raw, and it demands respect. If you're truly serious about making something of yourself, about carving a legacy, about building a future that is unshakable, then you need to understand this: unapologetic ambition is the foundation of everything you want to achieve. It's the energy that pushes you when everyone else is telling you to slow down. It's the fire that refuses to be extinguished no matter how tough the road gets. Now, I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with having a big vision, with wanting to stand out, with being driven. Too many people water themselves down. They shrink back, they dim their own light because they're afraid of what others will think. They're scared to admit that they want more than the average life. Well, let me tell you something. You don't have to apologize for wanting greatness. You don't have to shrink to fit into anyone's idea of what's acceptable. If you want more, if you want to rise to the top, you've got to let your ambition roar unapologetically. We live in a world that tells us to be humble, to not stand out too much, to fit in with the crowd. People will try to make you feel bad for wanting to be exceptional. They'll say things like, why can't you just be happy with what you have? Or you're being too ambitious. They'll call you arrogant or say you're chasing pipe dreams. But here's the truth, those voices are distractions. They don't want to see you rise because it makes them uncomfortable. Your ambition shines a light on the fact that they've settled for mediocrity. They've convinced themselves that being just okay is good enough. And when they see you striving for more, they're threatened by it. But here's the reality. You weren't born to be just okay. You weren't born to live a life of quiet desperation. Working a job you hate. Living a life that doesn't set your soul on fire. No, you were born to blaze a trail. You were born to challenge the status quo and create a life that others can only dream about. You're not here to play small. You're not here to be the background actor in your own story. You're here to be the star, the leader, the force that moves mountains. And that takes unapologetic ambition. If you're going to achieve anything worthwhile in this life, you need to stop apologizing for your goals. Stop apologizing for wanting success. Stop apologizing for going after what's yours. The people who are truly successful, the ones who rise above the noise, are the ones who refuse to apologize for their ambition. They know what they want, and they go after it with everything they've got. They don't wait for permission. They don't ask for approval. They don't care if it makes people uncomfortable. They take massive action because they understand that ambition isn't something to shrink from, it's something to own. You must understand that your ambition is your fuel. It's the spark that ignites the fire that will keep you moving, even when the world tells you to stop. Your ambition is what keeps you up late at night working on your dreams when others are asleep, content with mediocrity. It's what drives you to take risks, to put in the hours, to sacrifice comfort for progress. Unapologetic ambition is what allows you to stare fear in the face and keep going anyway. But let me be clear, ambition without focus is nothing. Ambition without a plan is just daydreaming. Ambition without discipline is wasted energy. You can have all the drive in the world, but if you're not channeling that drive toward a clear purpose, it won't get you anywhere. Unapologetic ambition means you wake up every day knowing that your goals are non-negotiable. You put in the work because you understand that there is no substitute for effort. You know that success isn't handed to you, it's earned through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. So don't let anyone tell you that your ambition is too much. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for wanting to rise above the crowd. Let the doubters talk, let the haters hate. They're the ones who are too afraid to go after what they want. And they'll try to make you feel bad for daring to dream bigger than they ever will. But you know better. You know that unapologetic ambition is the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted in this life. It's the key to your future. So stop asking for permission to be great. Stop apologizing for wanting more. Own your ambition. Let it drive you. Let it push you beyond your limits. Because if you want success, if you want to live a life that is extraordinary, then you've got to learn how to live unapologetically ambitious. Let's talk about something that's going to require you to be honest with yourself, identifying toxic relationships. Now, many of you might be thinking, I don't have any toxic people around me, but let me tell you, sometimes the most toxic relationships are the ones you least expect. They're not always the people who scream at you or intentionally try to tear you down. No, they are often the ones who mask their negativity behind false pretenses. The ones who hide their criticism behind what seems like concern. And these are the ones that can destroy your progress, your energy, and your spirit without you even realizing it. A toxic relationship is one where the other person drains you rather than energizes you. You ever feel like you've just spent an hour with someone and feel completely wiped out? Not because of anything physical, but because emotionally you've been left empty. They might not outright attack you, but they'll subtly cut you down, undermine your decisions, or sow doubt in your mind about your worth and your abilities. This is not support, this is sabotage in disguise. We've all heard that old saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? Well, it's true. The people you surround yourself with can either help you rise or they can hold you down. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that family or longtime friends are exempt from this rule, but they're not. If someone in your life constantly criticizes your dreams, if they laugh at your ambitions, or worse, if they dismiss your potential outright, this is toxic. It's poison to your aspirations. And you have to recognize it before it spreads any further. But it's not just the outward actions of a person that make them toxic. It's also how they make you feel. Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells around them? Do you feel the need to constantly explain yourself or justify your actions? This is another sign that the relationship is not healthy. You shouldn't have to fight to be understood. You shouldn't have to beg for respect, and you should never have to justify your progress. Your journey is yours. It's yours to pursue, yours to shape, and nobody has the right to make you feel less than for wanting better for yourself. Toxic relationships aren't always easy to spot because they often come in the form of familiarity and comfort. You've known these people your whole life. They might even be family, people you've invested years into. But what you have to understand is this loyalty to a person doesn't mean you have to accept their negativity. Sometimes, in order to truly honor yourself, you have to walk away, even from people who have been there for you since day one. Because if they're holding you back, if they're preventing you from becoming the person you are meant to be, you owe it to yourself to move forward without them. And it's important to note that toxic people don't always act maliciously. They often don't even realize they're doing it. They may project their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own limitations onto you. But what they're doing is creating an environment that stifles growth, that discourages greatness. They don't see the potential within themselves, so they refuse to see it within you. But here's the thing, what they see in you has nothing to do with your true worth. It's a reflection of their own inability to see their potential. It's their own limitations trying to box you in. Recognizing these signs is one of the first steps to breaking free from toxic relationships. You have to listen to your gut. You have to pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel inspired, or do you feel drained? Do you feel supported, or do you feel misunderstood? If you consistently feel more negative after spending time with someone, it's time to face the reality that this relationship is not contributing to your growth. But here's where it gets hard. Cutting ties with toxic people, especially when they're family or close friends, can be one of the hardest things you'll ever do. It's not about being cruel. It's about protecting your peace, protecting your future, and protecting your dreams. This is about recognizing your worth and realizing that in order to rise to the level of success you desire, you have to surround yourself with people who believe in you, who support you, and who push you to be your best. You can't afford to let toxic relationships linger in your life. They are distractions, they are weight holding you down, and they are obstacles that prevent you from moving forward. The sooner you identify these toxic people and make the decision to distance yourself from them, the sooner you will experience the freedom and clarity needed to soar to new heights. So I challenge you today, take a hard look at the relationships in your life. Be honest with yourself. Are you surrounding yourself with people who lift you up or with those who hold you back? You have the power to choose who gets to stay in your circle. Make sure that those you keep close are the ones who reflect the vision you have for your future, the ones who truly want to see you succeed. Because in the end, your success is not just about what you do, it's also about who you allow to walk alongside you on your journey. In life, there are moments when you must make a decision that will define the course of your future. A decision so significant that it could challenge the very foundation of your relationships. That decision is whether you will prioritize your vision or hold on to emotional ties that may hold you back. And let me tell you, this is one of the most critical choices you'll ever face. We all have people in our lives who love us, people who have been there for us, people who are emotionally invested in our success. But here's the thing, not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your dreams. And unfortunately, some will try to hold you back out of fear, out of insecurity, or out of the comfort of wanting you to stay where you are. These are the hard truths we must face if we're to rise to the next level. You see, emotional ties can be both a source of support and a weight that drags you down. It's easy to get caught up in the comfort of being surrounded by people who love you, people who want to protect you. But true growth never happens in the realm of comfort. It happens in the space where you have to make difficult decisions, the space where you have to look beyond immediate gratification and short-term approval. Success demands that you are prepared to stand up for your vision, no matter what others may think or feel about it. Think about it. Every successful person, every high achiever has faced a moment in their journey when they had to choose their path over the opinions and expectations of others. This includes the people closest to them. Friends, family, they may love you, they may even believe in you, but their beliefs can be grounded in a place of familiarity, not ambition. They may not see what you see, they may not understand the sacrifices you're willing to make to build something bigger than what you have right now. But if you're ever going to get where you need to go, you must accept that your vision is more important than their comfort with your choices. To truly elevate yourself, you must learn the power of self-discipline, of focusing on what truly matters to you. The moment you let emotional ties dictate your actions, you risk losing sight of your mission. You may choose to appease others, to avoid conflict, or to stay where things are comfortable. But remember, this comfort is the enemy of progress. The longer you stay stuck in the gravitational pull of others' expectations, the longer you delay your success. There's no room for hesitation when it comes to your vision. You cannot wait for others to give you permission to pursue your dreams, and you certainly cannot let the fear of disappointing others stand in the way of your future. Success demands boldness. It demands that you take control of your life, even if that means upsetting the balance of familiar relationships. It's not about rejecting people, it's about choosing your greatness over the momentary satisfaction of others' approval. Your vision is yours, and no one else will carry it the way you will. You are the only one who truly knows the sacrifices it will take to make it happen. And so you must become your own greatest advocate. When you prioritize your vision over emotional ties, you're not being selfish. You're being wise. You're choosing the long-term gain over short-term comfort, and ultimately you're building a legacy that will speak for itself. There's an undeniable power that comes when you commit fully to your vision. It's a power that propels you forward, that pushes you to do things you never thought possible. And when you fully embrace that power, you'll start to attract the people who truly align with your mission. The right people, those who see your potential, who respect your vision, and who understand the sacrifices necessary to bring it to life. They will show up. They will show up. They will support you not out of obligation, but because they recognize the commitment you've made to yourself. And those emotional ties that once felt like chains, they'll either evolve or they'll fall away. Because when you step into your purpose, when you choose to prioritize your vision above all else, you'll start to realize that your destiny is not negotiable. It's yours to claim. And sometimes claiming that destiny means leaving behind the people and the comfort that once held you in a place of mediocrity. So let me leave you with this. There will be times when the choice will be clear, your vision or emotional ties. And when that moment comes, you must make the hard decision. You must choose your future. You must choose your vision. Because ultimately it's your vision that will carry you through the challenges, the setbacks, and the difficult times. And when you fully commit to it, when you give it everything you've got, the world will start to move out of your way. You want to know why most people never achieve the level of success they dream about. It's because they refuse to break free from their comfort zones. They stay trapped in a cycle of complacency, doing the same things, living the same way, and expecting different results. But here's the truth, nothing new happens within your comfort zone. There is no growth, no change, and certainly no breakthrough waiting for you where you feel safe. You have to leave that place to get to where you truly want to be. Let me be clear, comfort is dangerous. Comfort is a silent killer of ambition. It lulls you to sleep, telling you that you're okay, that everything is fine. But deep down, you know it's not. You know you're capable of more. You know that you were created for greatness, but you're still clinging to the things that make you feel okay. Because it feels familiar, it feels easy, it feels safe. And it's that safety that keeps you stuck. Look around you. The world is moving fast, and the people who are achieving the most, the ones who are rising above and creating massive change, are those who are constantly pushing beyond their limits, constantly stepping out of their comfort zones. They're not waiting for the perfect moment. They're not waiting for permission. They're not waiting to feel ready. They are acting right now in the face of fear, in the face of uncertainty. And that's what separates them from everyone else. You see, the fear that holds you back is a lie. It's a product of your mind trying to protect you, trying to keep you in what's comfortable, even if it means stagnation. But real growth, real transformation, and real success come from doing things you've never done before, from taking risks you've never taken, from stepping into situations that challenge you, that force you to evolve. When you decide to stop playing it safe, you open up to the limitless potential that you have inside of you. To break free from your comfort zone, you have to make a decision. A decision to move forward regardless of how uncomfortable it feels, regardless of how terrifying it may seem. You cannot wait until everything aligns perfectly, because it never will. The conditions will never be perfect for you to take action. So stop waiting for the stars to align and start making the moves that will get you to where you need to go. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But that's not the case. The people who succeed are the ones who take the risks, who push through the discomfort, who embrace the struggle because they know that beyond the discomfort is their destiny. Success is on the other side of fear, and you have to be willing to break through that fear, to take the leap even when you can't see the whole staircase. When you take that first step into the unknown, something remarkable happens. You start to gain momentum. The more you push yourself out of that zone, the more confident you become in your ability to handle uncertainty. You start to realize that the only thing truly holding you back was your own mindset, your own fears. And once you break through that, you'll begin to see opportunities everywhere. What once seemed impossible will now seem like a challenge worth taking on. The world will look different because you'll see yourself differently, stronger, more capable, more empowered. Understand this, your growth will never happen in a place of comfort. You need to challenge yourself daily. You need to make decisions that force you to stretch, that force you to evolve. You need to get uncomfortable, and you need to get uncomfortable, and you need to do it often. When you're uncomfortable, you're expanding. You're learning, growing, and becoming the person you need to be to achieve everything you've ever wanted. The path to success is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who are willing to embrace discomfort, for those who are willing to risk it all in pursuit of greatness. It's for those who understand that their comfort zone is not a sanctuary, it's a prison. You must break free from it to unlock your full potential. So today I challenge you, step out of your comfort zone. Take that first step, even if you're afraid. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you do have to take action. And once you take that first step, the next one will be easier, and the one after that even easier. Before you know it, you'll be living a life that you once thought was out of reach, all because you decided to stop letting fear dictate your future and instead chose to break free and live boldly. Understand this, the road to greatness is not paved with comfort. It's paved with courage, with discomfort, with overcoming obstacles that challenge you to become something more than you were yesterday. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you have to be willing to leave behind the ordinary, the familiar, and the safe. Don't let fear control you. Don't let the comfort of today rob you of the success waiting for you tomorrow. Break free from the chains of complacency. Take that first step and embrace the discomfort. Because it is in the discomfort that you will find your strength, your growth, and ultimately your success. The world belongs to those who dare to move beyond their comfort zone. So dare to be great. Dare to break free